Hi. There's a lot of talk about new moon energies and full moon energies these days, and it has always been a hot topic for those people who were spiritually inclined, who even studied about spells and magics and some kind of puja that was performed especially on the full moon day. So, does it really hold true? The full truth may not be unearthed until all those who are intrigued by this concept, they themselves pull in their own perspectives, and maybe then a composite and more authentic picture may emerge. But until that happens, I am sharing what I have found when I tried to look deeper into this phenomenon. Now, starting with a purely physical perspective, seeing moon not as a spiritual entity, but more as a body that has mass and matter, of course, and of course all the dimensions of the physical entity. So it rises at the same time as sun on the new moon day. It takes the same path, and by the time, excuse me, the sun sets, the moon sets too, and uh, by that time earth has rotated away from the source of light, and in its own shadow there is darkness all around. Sorry. And what happens on a full moon? Night. Moon is reflecting back the light that it receives from sun. So if you throw a flash on a certain object and that object looks well lit, this is what happens on a full moon night. So it's the full moon night and a new moon day that are more prominent, because during the full moon days there is double the gravitation that the living beings would experience during the day, because you have moon as well as sun pulling matter that is on earth's crust, which includes of course water. The high tides that we hear happen on full new moon days. And then on full moon there is something else that happens. Before I delve into that, I must talk about the hormones that are secreted during sunlight. Melatonin keeps us active, and it is secreted during it is sunny outside, while there is sun outside. We also have dopamine secreted during the daytime, and dopamine, as the word suggests, something to do with dope. It keeps us happy, it gives us a feeling of well-being. But there is something that happens during the when it gets dark. There is a hormone that gets secreted, and that's serotonin. If you analyze the light that moon reflects to the earth on full moon, or any day, but on full moon it is the highest. It's the largest number of photons that it receives from sun. It's reflecting on earth. The light that we get is white blue in nature. Now I always talk about chakra, which may sound a little off to people who are not into chakra activation, but obviously chakra is another word for glands, and glands are something that is already proven by we don't need to even prove them. We have verified their existence. So basically all those yogis who talked about chakra, they were talking about the glands, and they could also see it as performing the function of transducers that would convert the energy around it into something that is more useful. So the moon energy, the moon photons are white blue in color, if we were to give it color, because all photons, all energy waves have a color according to the frequency they have. So even if our optic nerves are not able to detect it, the pineal gland, which is the sixth chakra slash the third eye slash the sixth sense giver, it catches that photon and gets active. So why is it called the third eye? Not why is pineal gland called the third eye? Not just because it has a shape like an eye, but also because it has optic nerve, it has photoreceptors like rods and cones, the cells, it has lens, everything just like an eye, and that is why it is called the third eye. So even if our eyes are closed and somebody switches on the light, it's we get the signal that light has been switched on, and we open our eyes and we actually find the light switched on. So even if the curtains are drawn, we would find our pineal gland would find out that the light, it's much more lit outside. So we get up in the morning, we wake up as the sun rises. So it is basically the pineal gland which gets active during full moon, and the pineal gland is responsible for relaxing us because it secretes serotonin, keep our obsessive thoughts in control, and manifesting things. And that is why most magics or spells or puja is performed on the full moon night or day, because night is not always possible. Um, so you can also perform it during the day, because the pineal gland is most active. It has been active during this the day, because there was sun all around. So obviously sun emits the white light, which can be further broken into 7 colors, each activating the chakras or the glands, activating just like batteries, and all these batteries are functioning by secreting the hormones that are required by the body. And then in the night, double the dose by extra light of moon, and then you have your pineal gland active. Once this gland is active, it would relax you, it would give you discretion whether a certain thing that you want is good for you, and then it creates an energy field which is basically seen as the law of attraction. Nowadays, if you see, kids are not relaxed, their minds is always racing. As a result, pineal gland calcifies, it doesn't function. And since it doesn't function because of too much of obsessive thoughts, and or since pineal gland is not working well, the obsessive thoughts get way out of hand, children grow faster. You would see by the time they hit the teenage, there are already changes in their physical body as well as the way they think. So pineal gland is also responsible for longevity. You don't grow very fast, you don't age very fast, you are able to think clearly, you are able to manifest, and you are able to have discretion. This is what the full moon energy can be interpreted as. I could not find the bundle of energy coming from moon towards earth as it is portrayed to be. And new moon is something when it's all light, when the all light, all phases of moon gone, you let go. So it's basically end of a cycle and beginning of new. All the phases of moon have been covered. Now there is a break of a day and the new phase would start. So I would conclude by saying that it's the full moon that can really activate your pineal gland, which is responsible for manifesting, for giving you an intuitive edge. I guess I should close now, and if I find more about it, I'll share it with you. You share your thoughts as well, make videos on it, and all those people who are intrigued about this subject would find themselves much more knowledgeable about these energies that we talk about. Bye bye.